In history, there stands a great figure named Marcus Aurelius, revered as an icon of supreme authority in the world. He stood out not only because of his position but also for his strict moral life, loyalty to principles, and deep philosophy. Unlike other Roman emperors, he rejected excesses and luxurious pleasures, from wine-filled feasts to bloody spectacles in the Roman Colosseum. He saw his mission clearly: to serve humanity, a noble task bestowed by fate. With this spirit, Marcus Aurelius dedicated himself wholeheartedly to fulfilling his life's purpose, not allowing himself to get entangled in fleeting worldly pleasures. One of the core principles of Stoic philosophy is the ability to distinguish between what we can control and what is beyond our control. Epictetus, one of the great thinkers of this school, clearly pointed this out in his teachings. Apart from our actions, everything else is beyond our control. Such awareness not only is clear but also opens a profound perspective on the world and our interaction with it. Based on this principle, Stoic philosophy does not urge us to completely withdraw from the world. Instead, it encourages us to realistically accept our limitations. They believe that focusing on things beyond our control only brings unnecessary burdens. When life is filled with suffering, it often happens because we care too much about factors outside our sphere of influence. If we continue to let external factors control us, we become puppets of fate. We often blame those who control us, but in reality, we have voluntarily given them this power. Once we stop paying attention to external influences, they lose their power, and we find true inner peace. Marcus Aurelius's ability to remain unperturbed by things beyond his control allowed him to endure the numerous trials he faced as emperor. He could focus on the task he believed the gods had assigned to him. For Epictetus, freedom means not succumbing to external forces. For others, it might be a path to a content and carefree life. When life becomes challenging, what should we stop worrying about? And how do we do that? This video is a free exploration and interpretation of Marcus Aurelius's philosophy on how to worry less about things. In his reflections, Marcus distinguishes between the present, past, and future. The emperor offers valuable insights into how we worry too much about the wrong things. For clarity and structure, let's start with the future. As Seneca once said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. This implies that our thoughts about the future are the source of our suffering. When it comes to the future, our imagination tends to run wild, creating many scenarios of what might happen, most of which are likely never to occur. Faced with this, we think about how to deal with potential consequences, trembling at the thought of not knowing how the future will unfold or how our lives will turn out. In some cases, what we predicted happens, but in many others, fate catches us off guard, making us feel overwhelmed by events we cannot foresee, for better or worse. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the burden does not lie in what happens to us, but in how we handle it in the present. All suffering from the future occurs in the present. It's interesting that it's not that the future happens in the present, but when we worry excessively about future events, life gradually becomes tormenting because we bring them into our imagination, allowing these future worries to disturb us now. So, what did Marcus Aurelius say about excessive worry about the future? First, consider this quote: "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which arm you against the present." He pointed out that if you can cope with the present, you can also handle the future. When he focused on the present, he realized he could bear it. So why couldn't he handle what was to come? This view is akin to the concept of amor fati, love and acceptance of fate, bolstered by the confidence that if you can endure the present, you can also endure the future. Regarding the past, Marcus understood that life is fleeting and swift in the vast world beyond our reach. The past, like the future, lies in a realm where we cannot act. What has happened, and unless we invent time travel, we can't change it. He said, "Remember, that man lives only in the present, in this fleeting moment. All the rest of his life is either past and gone or not yet revealed." Therefore, worrying about the past is futile. It's not that past events do not influence the present or that we can't learn from them. We cannot work with the past. It's beyond our reach. Memories of our past are often blurred. What exactly happened is hard to pinpoint since it depends on personal recollection and perspective. Replaying past events in our minds and reliving the pain they caused, some might think that by thinking about the past, we somehow control it. But this is an illusion. The past is gone, and we deal only with thoughts of what has disappeared and will never return. Many say, "I wish I could do it differently, but that's impossible." These desires cannot be satisfied. Instead of focusing on past events, Marcus Aurelius concentrates on how he relates to them. We can't control past events, and it's likely we can't control them even as they happen in the present. However, we can control how we react to them. Initially, we might perceive the past as a series of unfortunate events. Perhaps we endured a difficult childhood full of deprivations and trials, or we might have experienced the end of significant relationships that we thought would last forever. These could be entrepreneurial ventures that ended in failure, projects we hoped would succeed but ultimately didn't. Yet the past is not just a series of misfortunes but a part of our journey. It can help us learn, grow, and mature. The difficulties and failures of the past can help us better understand ourselves, explore our limits more deeply, and find ways to overcome them. They can become valuable lessons that make us stronger and better prepared for future challenges. View the past as part of your story, an integral but not the sole defining part of your life. It's a source of inspiration to move forward and build a better future. Do not let the past shape your thinking and decisions. Use it to become stronger and more confident before upcoming challenges. For Marcus Aurelius, the essence of these events doesn't matter. What matters is how he relates to them. He poses the question, can we truly call something unfortunate if it does not violate the essence of human nature? Can you say that something is misfortunate if it does not contradict your true nature? Do you think something that does not violate the will of nature can break it? Do you know the will of nature? Did what happened prevent you from acting justly, prosperously, rightly, honestly, and humbly, qualities that allow your true nature to thrive? Marcus Aurelius does not completely dismiss the value of the past. He views the past as a guide. Observing how events unfold and repeat cyclically, we can infer the future from the past. This brings us to the present. Marcus Aurelius recognized that the present moment is all we have. It is a narrow field within our reach, while the past and future are vast realms beyond our control. The present exists only in the moment, and the rest of our life is either past or yet to be revealed. Yet we often focus beyond the present. We become dissatisfied with how life unfolds at the moment, perhaps because things don't go according to plan or our desires are not yet met. That's when the present moment becomes a torturous prison where we endure the weight of the future or cling to the fleeting present. Marcus Aurelius's advice is to fully enjoy the present moment, accepting it as it is. He suggested focusing on the present without worrying about the past or future. He believed that the course of the world is not within our power, but our reaction to it is. Although we cannot control external events, we can control how we respond to them. Imagine you had a difficult childhood full of obstacles and hardships. It might be easy to label your past as a series of misfortunes. However, according to Marcus Aurelius's philosophy, it's important not to call these events disasters, but rather focus on how you choose to react to them. He believed that in the face of real events, if you do not consider them disasters, they will not harm you. It's all about perspective. Instead of dwelling on past hardships, focus on how these experiences have shaped you and made you stronger. In this way, you follow Stoic philosophy by accepting what you cannot change and finding inner strength in the present. Marcus Aurelius regarded the laws of nature as his guide. If he resisted nature or felt anger or sadness towards it, he would become a deserter fleeing from what he should harmonize with. Imagine you are going through a difficult period in your personal life. You've lost an important relationship and feel sadness and despair. According to Stoic philosophy, you can approach this situation in the following way. First, accept the situation. Accept that the loss of a relationship is part of life and you cannot completely control it. What matters is how you deal with it. Second, focus on self-worth. Instead of blaming yourself or feeling hopeless, focus on self-improvement and building self-worth from within. Third, learn and grow. View the loss of a relationship as an opportunity to learn and grow. What lessons can you take from this situation, and how can you become stronger? Fourth, live in the present. Do not waste time worrying about the past or fearing the future. Focus on the present and do what brings you joy now. Fifth, connect with others. If you feel lonely, try to reach out to friends and seek support. Lastly, manage your emotions. Learn to control and manage your emotions rather than letting them control you. This is the art of living, not about having perfect and fortunate external circumstances, but about achieving a harmonious relationship with whatever life brings us. One more aspect Marcus Aurelius focused on was understanding our purpose. He believed every person has a role to play in the grand scheme of life, like an actor in a play. This understanding helped him find peace and purpose, even amid turmoil and uncertainty. Reflect on the roles you play in life, be it a friend, a parent, a worker, or a leader. Recognize that each role has its own challenges and responsibilities, and embracing them with wisdom and resilience can lead to a fulfilling and meaningful life. Consider these 5 steps for reducing worry and embracing a Stoic approach. Distinguish what you can control. Start by separating things into those you can control and those you cannot. Focus your energy and attention on what you can influence and let go of the rest. Live in the present moment. Practice mindfulness and stay grounded in the present. Avoid dwelling on the past or projecting anxieties into the future. Engage fully with the here and now. Accept fate with grace. Embrace the concept of amor fati, loving your fate. Understand that life is filled with events beyond your control, and instead of resisting them, accept them as necessary parts of your journey. Respond rather than react. Train yourself to respond to situations thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Take a step back, assess the situation, and choose a response that aligns with your values and long-term goals. Reflect and learn. Use reflection to gain insights from your experiences. Regularly examine your actions, thoughts, and emotions, and learn from them to grow wiser and more resilient. Marcus Aurelius also emphasized the importance of inner dialogue. In his private writings, often referred to as meditations, he engaged in self-reflection and self-improvement. This inner dialogue is a powerful tool for cultivating resilience and wisdom. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, what would a rational and virtuous person do in this situation? This helps align your actions with your principles, fostering a sense of integrity and inner peace. Let's consider an example of applying Stoic principles in everyday life. Imagine you are working on an important project, and despite your best efforts, the outcome doesn't meet your expectations. Instead of succumbing to frustration and self-doubt, approach the situation with a Stoic mindset. Assess the situation. Acknowledge the outcome without judgment. Understand that the result is a combination of factors, some within your control and some beyond it. Focus on your efforts. Reflect on your efforts and identify areas where you can improve. Celebrate the hard work and dedication you put into the project regardless of the outcome. Learn and adapt. Use the experience as a learning opportunity. What lessons can you take away? How can you apply these insights to future projects to increase your chances of success? Maintain equanimity. Keep your emotions in check. Avoid letting disappointment overshadow your perspective. Remember that setbacks are a natural part of any journey and an opportunity for growth. Move forward with purpose. Set new goals and move forward with renewed purpose. Let the experience strengthen your resolve and enhance your resilience. In the grand tapestry of life, challenges and setbacks are inevitable. But by embracing Stoic principles, we can navigate these challenges with grace and wisdom, transforming obstacles into opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius's teachings remind us that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond. This mindset is a powerful antidote to worry, enabling us to live more peacefully and purposefully. In conclusion, Stoic philosophy offers timeless wisdom for reducing worry and enhancing well-being. By distinguishing between what we can and cannot control, living in the present, accepting fate, responding thoughtfully, and engaging in self-reflection, we can cultivate a resilient and fulfilling life. Embrace the teachings of Marcus Aurelius and the Stoic sages, and discover the power of a calm and focused mind in navigating life's complexities. Thank you for watching, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into Stoic philosophy and how it can transform your life. Stay, UniverStoicism.